Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
What's up, guys? I'm just finishing off Mass Effect 1 in preparation to start off my new story for Mass Effect 2. And now, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'd been waiting for Mass Effect 1 to be over and start Mass Effect 2 basically since I've started Mass Effect 1. Now, I don't mean to say that I think Mass Effect 1 is a bad game. I mean, sure, it's got a great story, it's got great characters, it's a great foundation for the story of the Mass Effect series. But when you look at it in comparison to its successors, it really didn't age super well. And that got me thinking, since this is mostly a Knights of the Old Republic and Star Wars channel, why is it that people keep playing Knights of the Old Republic? I mean, I made my combat mechanics video back in November of 2019, and I am beyond shocked that at this time, we are rapidly approaching 12,000 views, and the number of comments from players that talk about how much they love the game and continue to play it to this day. But why? It's an old game, so it must be inferior to games made nowadays, right? You couldn't be more wrong. So today, we're going to talk about 7 reasons why Knights of the Old Republic continues to stand the test of time. Now, I'm not going to try and tell you that Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are flawless pieces of perfection, but in no particular order, we're going to talk about the multitude of reasons that the game has so many return players and why even to this day, it is still garnering new players. So, all right, let's get started. Now, starting off with entry number 1, we have perhaps one of the biggest reasons that people love Knights of the Old Republic and why people still continue to play it, and that is the power of choice that Obsidian and BioWare gave us. Now, I'm not talking about the power to craft your own weapon and choose the color of your lightsaber and add whatever crystals and attachments you want to it, and what companions you'll bring with you, and what storylines you'll investigate, and what order you'll play the game in. Though now that I'm mentioning these, yeah, those are really cool too. But I'm referring to the power to just make this story yours and craft the Star Wars universe in a way that no other Star Wars game has been able to do. For the most part, when you play a Star Wars video game, it'll no doubt be fun because, well, it's Star Wars and we all love Star Wars. But it will likely either be a shooter or some type of linear story. Sure, there are types of different games like Racer Revenge or Empire at War that give you unique twists on Star Wars games. But Star Wars RPGs are pretty rare, and ones that give you the sort of freedom to determine the fate of the galaxy are almost non-existent. The fact that your character has the power to choose light or darkness on their own, hold the lives of their companions in their hands, and flip the story on a dime and change everything they've worked toward is unique to Knights of the Old Republic, and it has to be a major reason we keep coming back for more. All right, so for entry number 2, we have the story. And I mean, it really is a great story, right? Not only is it a powerful story, but it was a unique story. When Knights of the Old Republic came out in 2003, we knew what the Empire was. We knew what the Republic was. That stuff had been done to death. But then, Knights of the Old Republic comes out of nowhere with a whole new universe, characters we've never seen, planets we've never been to, and powers that we had never even imagined. And it just captured our hearts and minds. The universe was so interesting and unique that it sparked a sequel, several novels, and an MMO. Now, the universe is great, but we can't forget what's at the heart of that universe, and that's the story of your character. Both games of Knights of the Old Republic have stories that will absolutely encapsulate you. They're full of twists and turns that you won't see coming, endings that leave you feeling so satisfied that you've taken this wonderful universe BioWare created for you, and through this tumultuous story of justice, determination, love, hate, and betrayal, you have crafted your own world and your own story. That's why when I make videos about builds, I refuse to tell people what numbers to put where, because this story is yours, this character is yours, and this universe is yours. BioWare wants you to create your own universe. They've given you the power to do it, and that's why people continue to write their own stories in this galaxy far away. Now, for entry number 3, we have to discuss the wonderful characters that have been created to accompany us on this tortuous journey. Well, except for this guy. Screw this guy. Sure, you can play through KOTOR without ever talking to a companion, without ever investigating their backstories, But if you did that, I'm assuming that you A, returned the game, B, aren't watching this video, or C, you're that person that keeps dropping dislikes on all of my videos. I mean, as we travel with these characters, we begin to learn about them, and we feel for them, we empathize with the trials and tribulations they've had to undergo, because they're themes that we've all gone through at some point in our life. Almost all of us can understand the pain that Carr feels when he's been betrayed by someone close to him, or Mission always being told that she's just a kid, or how Visas is being used and betrayed. These characters are deep, they bond with us, and just as they lean on us to guide them through the story, we lean on them to learn their stories and help them achieve what they really want in life. Oh, and they're really funny too. I mentioned that, right? If you haven't done at least one playthrough where you had HK47 with you at all times, then do yourself a favor, close this video and go play the game again. But then come back and turn the video on and like and subscribe, right? Because that would make me happy too. Entry number 4 is something that people both love and hate about the game, and that is the system and style of combat. Now, I did say this video was going to be about why KOTOR stands the test of time, not necessarily why we love KOTOR. And honestly, those aren't necessarily the same thing. Up until now, sure, we've listed reasons why we love KOTOR and why it's unique, but whether or not you love the combat system, it's an important reason why the game is still playable in 2020. Think about it. After playing games like Jedi Fallen Order, Skyrim, Borderlands, a certain standard has been made to what we expect from gameplay. Later, once you go back to play games like Heavy Rain, Mass Effect 1, or Morrowind, I won't say these games aren't great, but their gameplay mechanics are so foreign and different compared to modern games that it can be hard at times. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Morrowind, but I won't lie, I occasionally get tired of stabbing a guy 42 times in the chest before actually landing a hit on him. Or when I'm playing Heavy Rain and I have to pick a direction to walk with the analog stick while holding R2 to actually walk. I mean, by modern standards, that is just astoundingly strange. However, the turn-based style of combat that Knights of the Old Republic has been used forever in games like Final Fantasy VII, up to modern games like Divinity Original Sin 2. And the D20 mechanics that are used and the basis for the game are taken from tabletop RPGs like Dungeons & Dragons, which are still prevalent today. So while these may seem foreign, if you're just trying out the game for the first time, it's fair to say that A, KOTOR isn't alone in how these mechanics work and using these mechanics, and B, no matter how far we go in the future, turn-based combat isn't going anywhere, which is good news for the longevity of Knights of the Old Republic. For entry number 5, we have something that may be surprising to mention when talking about Star Wars, but it's the community. Now, in general, the Star Wars community can be a very toxic place, full of arguments, hot takes, and general hatred toward each other's thoughts on movies, games, theories, and just the universe that has been crafted over the years by George Lucas and Disney. But here's the thing. The subset of the Star Wars community that plays Knights of the Old Republic is vastly different. Knights of the Old Republic is something that Star Wars fans can bond over. It brings us together. We love to discuss with each other the choices that we made, who our favorite characters are, how did we build our protagonist, what choices along the way, and what path did we take. You will rarely find a fan of Knights of the Old Republic that would chastise another KOTOR fan, argue with them, or tell them that the choices they made were wrong. Not only that, but the community is so collaborative to this day. If you have questions on the game, need help, don't understand something, people love to discuss the game and help new players out. It's astounding to think that we're all a part of the larger Star Wars community, but I am proud to say that this group of players is an absolute joy to be a part of and to talk to, and I'm glad that I get to share my love of this game with you guys. For our penultimate entry, we have something that I bet you wouldn't think about, and that's going to be the graphics. Now, I'm not going to tell you that Knights of the Old Republic has the best graphics you've ever seen, or that they can compete with modern games like Battlefront 2 or Jedi Fallen Order. Well, except for the Wookiees. I mean, what's up with these guys? But if you compare KOTOR with other games from that time period, Knights of the Old Republic holds up very well against its competitors like Morrowind, Republic Commando, and even some games that are several years older like Heavy Rain. While the graphics certainly won't knock your socks off, and you can count the number of pixels in a cutscene, They are by no means unplayable. And for a brief aside, to avoid any toxic comments, I'm not trying to insinuate that games with older graphics are by any means bad. I mean, I love games like Undertale. Its graphics are far from modern and stylish. But when you try to convince a newcomer to a series to play an older game, a lot of times graphics can be a breaking point. And hopefully modern gamers will continue to appreciate Knights of the Old Republic's graphics and how well they've aged in comparison to some of its competitors. Our final entry is a pretty important one, and that's the cost and availability of the game. Knights of the Old Republic is available on Steam and iOS and Android, and Knights of the Old Republic 2 is available on Steam. They go on sale all the time, usually for as low as $4. So if you're ever on the fence about whether you should try out KOTOR or not, throw it in your wish list, wait for it to go on sale, then skip Starbucks for a day or two and just buy it. I promise your wallet is going to recover. So that'll do it. 7 reasons why Knights of the Old Republic continues to stand the test of time. Now I'm sure anyone that's watching this video loves Knights of the Old Republic as much as I do, so make sure to let everyone know down in the comments what you love about the series and what about it keeps bringing you back for more. If you did finish your HK47 playthrough and came back to finish the video, then thank you so much, you're awesome. Now make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and while you're in that button pressing mood, hit that notification bell so you get notifications for any new videos or live streams, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.